live from the box, live from the box. Coming out of our reality.
Our reality.
Yeah.
You are here. Mike Childs.
Sitting here talking about the history with our in-studio guest.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's sitting here and he can give us word for word what's going on.
Hey, for real. I'm going to sit back and let you two talk.
Yeah.
Well, just Bill.
Well, before we go into that, give the people a little background on our special guest tonight.
We have Mark Bialczak, a veteran writer who's been informing and entertaining readers in Syracuse and Central New York since 1983. So, Mark, let's start it off with your original piece of history, which I found intriguing, right? Music critic, Post Standard, 1991. Right?
You got it.
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, give me the story. How long were you there? How'd you become a music critic? That's my question.
I had been working at the Post Standard in the sports department as a sports editor, and one of my bosses said, the music entertainment and music critic job is coming open, and we know that you love music so much, and we think that you'd be really good at that. And I said, I do love music. And people said, well, are you a musician? What do you play?
Okay.
My answer is, I play the stereo. Yeah.
The tool of the music critic.
There you go. Hey.
That's right. The most important instrument for anybody who's going to do that. But my background was that while I was growing up, my father was a weekend warrior. He played in a band that played at wedding receptions and such. So. Nice. I always tell people my first job was I was a roadie. He made me pack the station wagon with his drum set so he could go to and from those gigs. Yeah. And so I started off going to loads of concerts and listening to local music that people would send me cassettes, records, stuff like that. And have been doing it ever since. I was at the Post Standard doing that till 2013. I was part of a layoff there, and I've been working various other jobs here in the media and the community, Syracuse New Times, WAER.org, and my own blog, markbialczak.com. So we're still in it.
You stay busy. I can tell.
Stay very around entertaining.
That's what and when I hear the history of how your love for music, obviously you get it from your dad. But a lot of times when I hear people that surround their history, it goes back. They were introduced to music somehow, some way, from a family member or a friend. They have a root in some type of roots in music, which is very powerful. And just that introduction, just look what it did for you.
People say, what do you remember? I say, I remember that I took some money when I was a kid and I went out to E.J. Corvette's department store and I bought Sly and the Family Stone's greatest hits, and I said, boom, chaka-laka-laka. That's what I remember. Wow.
Throwback.
Now, was it a 45 or a whole LP?
No, I bought the whole LP. I didn't want to have to buy those little plastic things that you put in the middle of the records, so you could stack 8 of them up high and play them one to another.
Now wait, for all those that don't know what a 45 of the LP is, let's just talk about its today's single. And what would be today's single?
Yeah, that's the 45.
Yeah. For sure.
So, you've written about a lot of things here in Syracuse on the entertainment scene. I met you the first time you wrote an article on our artists, and how is that? How is that being that person that just gets to listen to everything that's going on here in our community, all the music, the television, film, and being able to share your experience with people?
We have a very interesting and connected artistic community here, and I always enjoyed being the one who got to meet and talk to the artists. I said that I could write about sports, I could write about music, I could write about a lot of things, and the common denominator, it always is people.
Yeah.
And the same holds true for music itself. You play a lot of different styles here on the box, in the box. And it's all made by people that are really passionate and devoted to music.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's great. I mean, that's a lot like how we feel, as far as this is something that people can look forward to. This is something that they've sweated, whether they took their last dollars to get in the studio and get it mixed and mastered, but it's something about their passion.
Right.
It's something about their passion.
And I enjoy going to talk to people, sitting down with them, just like we are here, and asking them why, how, what for.
Where'd that come from?
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The kind of things that you're asking me
Yeah.
here tonight. I asked them.
So do tell. Who's the last? That last interview you had, right? That was like, wow, this is awesome. I mean, outside of your conversation about the turntables you had, right? That was cool too.
Well, yeah, talking about putting dimes on the turntable needle so it wouldn't bounce up with Tommy Two-Tone. That was pretty cool.
I do still go out and talk in the community. I was out. I saw the Castle Creek release show at upstairs at the Dinosaur a couple of months ago, and we're talking to them at the break, and they were getting ready to go out to the NAMM convention in Anaheim, and they were all excited about that, and that was a lot of fun.
And for I won't say the tech world, but yeah, it's the tech world. It's all the hardware, software that's behind the music. So when you're going to perform at NAMM, you're performing before the people that is engineering.
Yeah, and that's Castle Creek is a duo of Kim Monroe and Chris Eves, and they both sing and they both play guitar. And yeah, it is the tech convention, but they were going to play on the main stage.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I'm thinking like, wow, like I can't wait. We gotta put them on the list.
Okay.
But see, they're busy. I kind of look at them a little bit. They're traveling around. They're touring a little bit. So they might be hard to reach, but I'm gonna get on.
If anybody can see you,
I'm gonna get them. Because artists need to see what you get to see. You get the privilege to go backstage and talk to these people. So I always say you're more invested to continue to succeed when you can see success.
Surrounding yourself with the team.
Correct. And we'll talk more on team and industry insights later today as far as building a team and what are some elements to put on there.
Yeah.
But it's something, and we want to go to part 2 of the interview. But before we move on, we kind of like to break up an interview with a nice song. So right now we're going to play
Professional Victims, Spider in the Birdhouse.
Live from the Box, Fifi Entertainment.